while, and I wouldn't be using it again, really. My basic plan is essentially that probably muddle through with it for like the rest of this campaign, but then when we start up like the next campaign, I kind of want that to be done with like loads of testing with good software, so we know that everything's going to be all set up lovely. Like,
how long is this campaign, by the way?
that was something. That was something I was going to raise. Like, I mean, it's hard to predict how long things take, because sometimes things take a lot longer than I plan for, and sometimes things go a lot quicker than I expect. But I kind of think we've got like probably 3 to 4 sessions left of like the campaign that I've worked out, and by that point we'll also be getting close to like December and Christmas and stuff. So I figure it's probably like a naturally good point to pause, and then we'll start like campaign 2 at some point in the new year.
Will it be based on the first campaign, like same world and stuff?
Yeah, it would just be like part 2 in like the same story with the same characters.
Cool.
It's more just like get to the end of one story arc and then move on to the next one after a little break of a few weeks. But like I say, when we get to that second campaign, I kind of want to have all of these software bug type things sorted out so that we can broadcast it in much better quality.
Cool.
But that's sort of beside the point. You guys were talking about dealing with snipers and plans and things.
Yes.
I'll put myself forward as the fake prisoner.
Yeah, we want to have like 1 or 2 fake prisoners. It would help us get operative near the sniper to take him down.
How would we tie him up with rope? The prisoner.
Well, what if we tie him but loosely so he can get out?
Yeah, like just loosely rope tied, like it can be shaked off in a moment.
I say, of course, I'd rather have him like in one of the ambushes because I'd want his magic. Do you know?
Well, could I suggest maybe Kavod is the prisoner in loose terms, because he's obviously very strong and should, even if worse comes to worse and they take him somewhere, he can generally handle himself.
I'll take offense to this, and I'll be like, how dare you suggest measly halfling captures strong Saurian?
Well, I say to him, that's the point.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're aiming for. Krosek.
Well, I'm confused. Do you mean that Canny is the prisoner?
Yeah, that's why I said Kavod.
Yeah. So yeah, how would this halfling be able to catch a huge ass Saurian warrior?
Well, if it's part of our plan where he gets, if he has to go along with it to somewhere else.
No, but of these other people, are these other spies going to believe that?
I was going to say, I think I should be the captive because I'm old and I'm kind of, I have 1 arm and 1 eye, and so they'll think I'm weaker than I am.
That's why I suggested myself, because I was an old dude, Saurian.
Yeah. But I'd rather have you on the attack because you've got ranged damage, and and because I'm a melee, me getting close to them is good. And I also I want to try out my new arm.
I'll nod then and agree. That's probably best.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can take Twig along with you in a pocket.
Yeah,
sure.
I can hide.
Attack Pixie.
I'm not.
That is now Tolly's official codename.
Attack Pixie.
Project T. Attack Pixie.
I say to him, I say to Twig, will your guns, will Dexis be any good as well?
I mean, if you can stash them away, I've been working on something pretty excellent. But that's only if you can stash us both away. Otherwise, I can have my gun and Dexys can be with the others.
I was thinking that I stash you somewhere, and also we take Dexys as well as another bit of secret tech that the ATC have been developing.
Yes, that's a good idea.
So he brings me and Dexys, as in he captured me, but he also captured this new bit of technology from the ATC.
And I'll be hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
This sounds like a plan. I like this.
Yeah, God, we have a plan. This is the first time.
Also,
This is
again, also Garrick, you can shoot with your rifle and your scope, so we can have you
Yep.
scope it out a little bit.
at this point. Can I say, let me take care of the sniper, the Saurian. More specifically, I say the Saurian. I'll be the one to deal with him.
Let's try not to kill him. You can injure him, but try not to kill him.
No, I would never kill my own kind.
Really?
No, I would never kill my own. I'm really protective of Saurians.
Okay. I've seen some other things you've done, so I'm a bit unsure.
No, I'd be like, no, don't worry, little fairy.
Okay then. Right. Well, if this is the plan, let's go.
Has anyone got objections with the plan?
I get to test my new rifle, then nope.
Also, I asked Garrett, what rune have you got in your gun now?
Fire.
Right, so you're like me.
Yes, I got plans to get a wind one on my pistol.
That's a really good idea. Anyway, so yeah, I explained this to the bro. I always forget their names.
You've got Good Gilcrest, which is Dougal Gilcrest, or you can just call him Sheriff Gilcrest, and you've got Perrin Gilcrest, who is the villain.
So I tell basically Perrin what he's going to do. Of take me and Dex, and he's hopefully agreed to all of this. If I need to roll a persuasion.
You really nailed the persuasion with Evil Gilcrest, and Sheriff Gilcrest is pretty much just in awe of the way you guys have handled this situation in an afternoon. So he's willing to go along with your command expertise and sort of knowledge of the situation. He's happy to sign off on whatever you think is best.
Right, so let's go get us the other two spies.
Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Unless there's any other preparation you need to do, you guys. I'm going to assume that you sorted out all the paperwork and the freelance contract and all of that administrative stuff. But yeah, you can grab your horses and go if that's what you're ready to do.
As we're leaving, I told Sheriff Gilchrist to find the mayor and tell her what we're doing.
I said, oh yes, absolutely. I've got a lot to report to her. Thanks to you guys.
I've completely forgotten what I was about to say. Oh, can I regenerate my mana and things, and whilst everyone's preparing, can I just meditate and?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I think assuming you guys are willing to sort of. I'm assuming you're not in this instance jumping onto your horses and riding off. You're taking maybe an hour or so to maybe prepare your stuff. So yeah, you can totally meditate and do
Awesome.
whatever you need to do. Heal up, fill up your mana pools, check your equipment, get all that stuff going. That's fine.
I give my great sword to Kavod because I'm obviously not going to have any weapons. So I give my two-hander to Kavod or Krosak.
Give it to Kavod.
to look after, just to give it to me when they meet up with me.
Just before, like, I'm assuming we're probably heading towards something that might be a combat.
Shouldn't it?
I just want to ask Wolfie.
Yeah.
Seeing as the pyrophone is not magic, does
Yeah.
it need fuel or something in order to reload it?
Well, it's uses gasoline, doesn't it?
Yes.
So,
So yes.
but I think the gasoline counts as ammo, so it can count as part of a normal resupply action.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that when you fixed up Dexys with it, you topped it up with ammo. If you want to do a resupply, then you've got enough ammo to refill it after the combat, or you can do a resupply action after combat. And does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Alright
So,
then.
like, in the same way that you would get more bullets for your guns, like, you've got
But
some now.
what I actually meant though was like more in battle itself. Like, you know, with the shots, you get like 6 shots before you have to reload.
Oh,
Is there
right.
anything I'd need to do like that?
I was assuming we really should have written this down. It's kind of my bad. I think it's a reload 1. Like, it's like a rifle, so it's
Okay.
it's a minor action to reload, and every
Okay.
time you use it, you have to reload it.
Yeah, that sounds fair. All right then.
And like everything else with that, we'll revisit it. It's very much an alpha test thing. So if it seems like that's not working, we'll change it.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds fair then. Right. Onwards.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just going to shove you guys into travel mode. And the
super
reason I'm
quick.
shoving you into travel mode is because I just have to tweak the place you're going a little bit, because stuff has not unfolded as I thought it might. Bluntly. So just let me just change a couple of things, just make sure it's all good. Spoiler, I didn't think that a certain person would blast open the wagon and stop those two escaping quite so easily.
I did go a bit ham there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's great. That's kind of the beauty of role-playing. It just means, like, there's only so much you can prepare as a GM, and I just need to do a slight tweak.
When your mage accidentally goes a bit too crazy and kills everything.
Actually, having said that, I think I'm good.
Back.
Ooh, also, I arranged for, while we were going there, I arranged for a signal of when I want them to attack.
Okay. I have to admit, I wasn't 100% listening to your plan, because I was tweaking stuff behind the scenes. But that's probably good, because now I genuinely don't, like, the bad guys genuinely don't know your plan. So as long as you guys have a prearranged signal, okay, you just let me know what happens when you do the signal.
Can I look around for that, like, sniping sort of vantage area? See if I can sneak up on it?
Or on the approach. Okay, so
Yeah.
as you are approaching, like, the area that Gilcrest sort of marked out for you, like, it's fairly obvious on the approach. To sort of put it in context, this might not be the best example on this drawing, but, like, maybe it's not like a giant column of rock reaching out the sky, but, like, it's quite a high kind of, like, jutting out of rock that you see from quite far away. Like, you immediately see what he means, like what Gilcrest meant when he said, like, it was kind of, there's a narrow pass between a hill and this rock formation, so you've got kind of like a flat-topped hill in the distance, and then a narrow pass between it, and then kind of almost like a spiny rock formation that kind of like rises out of the earth. And then the surrounding area is, maybe a little rocky in places, but it's there's not any other noticeable formations around, so like it's pretty obvious that that is the rock formation that he was talking about. If you want to do some sneaking, then you'd have to do some dexterity stealth check.
Me. Sneak dude.
Okay, so some of you are doing.
Oh crap.
I'll do a sneak roll as well. Is that dexterity? Did you say?
Yeah, dexterity stealth.
Oh dear.
Okay. Fair enough. So, just to get this clear in my head, you guys, your plan is you're going in with the fake prisoner bit. Is that right?
Yep.
Basically, yeah, it's me. Twig is in my pocket or hidden somewhere on me, and Dex is with us as well because we're gonna pretend it's a bit of ATC tech that is stolen along with me.
Okay, and you've got, and it's Evil Gilchrist who's accompanying you.
Yeah, he's basically gonna say, "I've got this guy and this bit of tech. Take him back to thingy, torture him for information." And stuff like that.
Sure. Okay, so who's going? Is everyone okay? So it's White Wolf, Twig, Cavod who are going in with Gilchrist.
Cavod's not going in.
Okay, so what's Cavod doing
Just
in this
White Wolf.
plan?
Basically, they're getting to a position where they can come in from when I signal them, so they'll be
Okay.
dispersed around the perimeter sneakily.
I was
it
going to
looks
go
like-
and find that.
In that case, can I ask Cavod's? Oh no, you already did, Kenny. Sorry, I just saw that. Okay, so Cavod can sneak. The rest of you are a bit rubbish. Right, I'm just setting up this scene so everyone's in the right place, and then I'll lose you into it. Don't you just love Roll20? Okay, so right, if I've set this up correctly, White Wolf and Twig are being escorted by Evil Gilchrist towards this campsite, and as you approach, you see 3 gnolls guarding the pass, and they seem to be wearing like the same kind of gear as the Blackpaw bandit gnolls that you have previously encountered. When they see the Gilchrist is with you, they sort of start barking appreciatively and like slamming their fists against their chests in a kind of like saluting welcome home kind of a chant. Cavod is sneaking around quite successfully. However, Garrick and Krosek have not been as subtle as one would hope. So I'm going to load them in. They come in the top right there because, quite frankly, you guys are not sneaky. And as they are sneaking around, all of a sudden a shot rings out that like kicks up the dirt at Krosek's feet. And I'd like you all to roll for initiative. Even Canny,
Oh god.
because even though Canny is not in the combat yet, he is successfully sneaking around and will get to be in the combat.
It's
Well,
never
thanks,
remember,
isn't
it's dexterity, isn't it? For
Yeah, 3d6 plus dexterity. Holy crap, Kenny.
Oh my god. And I got 19 as well.
Good lord.
Hang on, I might have to get a
Is there a
count
stunt
to-
for initiative?
I don't think you get to stunt for initiative, sadly. No,
Oh.
like I'm not even sure
we
how
got-
that would work. Unless you
We got
use
six.
unless you use the initiative stunt to put yourself at the top. But no, you can't do that really. Right, I'm just gonna put you all in order. Canny's not in yet, as it were, but I'm just sort of putting him in so I can add him to the turn order. Oh, apparently you were all in the turny thing anyway. So what did people get? Sorry, I'm just catching up on the Roll20.
Me and Canny got 19, Tolly got 15.
Okay.
I got 11.
I'm gonna put Kavod at the top because Kavod has snuck around, so essentially he's doing a sneak attack, so it sort of makes sense to put him at the top.
Also, he got 6 stunt points, not 5.
Oh, Krosik got 19 as well. Everyone's getting 19, but Krosik failed the stealth, so, you know, like, you get to go third in the list of people who goes first.
There's only 2 people.
Sorry?
There were only 2 people who got 19. That was
Just
Canny
the two
and-
Saurians.
It was the
Cannon
oh,
Rush.
sorry, what did wife... Oh, whoa, oh, why did I get that mixed up?
You've gotten all muddled.
I think Shaq
I don't
needs
like
to do
this
one.
bit. I wish it was automated.
No,
But
Sha-
it ain't.
I thought Shaka's done one. Is his 14, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
So
was
it
that
should
Yes,
be-
I'm just adding it
Ah,
all.
okay.
I'm just adding it all in. Like you guys were on the values you had from before, which is why Theo's on there.
I'm not seeing. I'm only seeing Kavod.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Canny's the only one who can attack.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What? You can only see Kavod's token, or you can only see Kavod on the turn order?
yeah, on
Can
the
I see
turn
Canny
order.
on the turn order?
Oh, hang on. Right, let's see if I can fix that. Technicalities.
I can see
man.
Krosek now.
Right. Okay. Technical difficulties, don't mind me. Okay, can you see everybody there?
Mhm.
Right, let me just roll some NPC stuff. Sort of Gilcrest. Wow, Gilcrest is amazing, although not as amazing as you guys. But if I wish that had been an attack roll or something, like it's typical that my NPC roll happened, like with the 666 was just on initiative.
Oh, it says my connection to the server has been interrupted.
Oh, that's not good. I hope it's not going to do that thing it did last week. Try refreshing.
Yeah. Because I couldn't see the roll you made for the. For
Oh, that's
Gilchrist.
not good. Anyone else having any problems?
No.
Oh, I'm back in.
Okay. Black Paw Mystic represents all the Black Paws. Okay, so sorry that took a while to set up, but yes. So essentially what's happened is White Wolf and Twig are going with Gilcrest and have been greeted by the Black Paws, but Krossick and Garrick have been stopped by a sniper shot. And then, super sneaky Kavod enters the battlefield over here, having snuck around the side of the rock formation. And he gets to see where Slevin the sniper is, because he can essentially see him crouched up on the top of the rock formation over here. So it's Kavod's turn. Don't have to do combat-y things, because not like, okay, a shot's rang out against Krossick and Garrick, but it's totally up to you what to do, but we'll do everything in turn order from now on. Kenny, what would you like to do?
I want to move up close behind Slevin. Sneakily, if possible.
Okay, I will ask you to make a another dexterity stealth check while you're moving then. I'll say that since you're kind of coming from behind, it's not going to be too difficult.
Doesn't matter.
However, you trip over this massive rock that's in front of you, and startle some sort of scorpion animal that makes a loud chittering sound and completely give away your position. Both the sniper turns around to look at you, and the Black Paw Mystic down here like suddenly starts barking and looking in your general direction. So you're totally rumbled, but you can still make your move action if you want.
I think the problem is he's just a bit out of my reach.
What's your speed?
11, but it looks like he's up a hill and there's rocks in the way.
You do need to climb up a bit.
Go on, Kenny, you can climb it. You've already got your bad luck out of the way.
You yeah, I mean, if you want to make a strength climbing test, if you pass it, then you have the movement to reach him. If you don't, then you'll get stopped at the base of the mountain.
Climbing.
Can I shout to Canny whilst he's climbing?
You can't really see him if you consider that
Okay.
this is essentially like quite a raised rock hill thing. Like
Okay.
that whole thing is sort of, you know, rises up a good 20 feet up, so you can't see over it.
I'm going to go for him and make the climb check.
Okay, cool.
Told you, Kenny. Bad luck's gone.
Yeah, okay, you go bounding up that cliff. You've kind of stunted, although I'm not sure what would actually be appropriate at this point, since it's sort of a combat thing and also sort of not.
Is it combat or exploration?
I was going to say, I
Combat's-
just don't know. If there's any of combat or exploration stunts up to 4 points that you would like to... You can't really use the combat stunts for your attack, though, because you haven't used it to attack.
Defensive stance though. Can I use that?
Yeah, totally. Okay, so you not only clamber up the mountain really quickly and easily, but you manage... You use, like, the terrain as cover, like in a sneaky, clever way, to make up for your stealth
Picks
failure
up a
earlier.
rock.
So you get a
Carries it in front of
+2
him.
bonus to defense for now.
I also want to draw my shield. Axe and shield. I've got quick reflexes, which means I could do it as a free action.
Oh, okay, so you draw your stuff, and then technically you've still got a major action left in that case. because you've only done your move. So you can attack if you want.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just attack him.
Okay, cool. What are you going to attack him with?
Battle axe.
Okay, cool. So essentially, this sniper's sort of seen you coming, bounding up the mountain. He's got a sniper rifle, and you're charging at him with an axe. Yeah, but by all means, go for it.
A 16 on the stunt.
That will hit, and it's a stunt.
Oh my god, can
Do you want to stunt anymore? I mean, jeez.
I'm just looking at what I'm gonna do. Let's go do lightning attack,
Okay,
which is the second attack.
yeah, sure. We'll resolve this attack, and then you can make the next one. So just roll for damage. Crap. Okay. So that's a fairly solid blow. You score a pretty nasty wound into him. Do you want to roll to hit and to damage with the lightning attack?
Yes. Can also try and hit in a way that doesn't kill him.
Yeah, anytime you reduce an NPC to 0, where it would normally kill them, you can choose to like just subdue them or knock them unconscious or something like that. So,
Okay.
just if you get to the point where he goes down to 0 health, just say that you're not killing him.
I doubt that hits.
Okay, so the second attack doesn't hit. So I guess maybe with the frenzied swinging of the battle axe, he manages to dodge the second one. But yeah, you've hurt him, and he's bleeding and surprised by your sneak attack. So I think that was fairly good.
Completely ruined Tickle's secret surprise. Or attempts at stealth.
I have to say that like White Wolf had a really good plan, and you guys who were supposed to be sneaking around have probably ruined it.
Who said I wasn't expecting this?
Okay, we will jump to the next Saurian, which is Krusuk.
So Slevin was he dead or did
No,
Slevin's
injured, but-
injured. He goes because he sort of like essentially he was hidden and then was exposed. He just comes in at the end of the turn order.
Okay.
I guess maybe since Cavod has appeared over on the ridge of this this rock hill here, like you can probably see Cavod swinging his axe at this sniper. Like you can see like there's a combat going over here on the top. So
Okay.
you have line of sight to Slevin because he's probably like standing up trying to get away from the crazy axe wielding Saurian.
Well, now that Canny's engaged him, it doesn't matter what I was going to say, but... okay. Sorry, I'm trying to work out how much I can move and things, and...
Yeah, that's fine.
Is this a bush? Is that a bush?
Those
I'm
are
standing
like
next to?
scrub bushes. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna
they'll give you
move
a
here.
basic amount of cover.
Yeah. And then I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt. Yes, Lightning Bolt on this Blackpool Brave that's near me.
I just
think
added
he's-
some music just for the sake of helping your decision process.
Yeah, no, it made me feel a lot more epic as you did that. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt on this Brave that's closest to me.
Okay, sure. So lightning bolt is your signature spell of the day. It's you got to roll 15 to cast it, right?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay.
You are not
Oh.
angry as you used to be.
I didn't use the +2 from my magic binding. I did my
Yeah,
intelligence.
Sure. No, you have that. Okay, so fine. So you cast it. It's a 15.
Yeah, it should have
So-
been +8. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. So it does 2d6 plus willpower penetrating damage. Holy crap. Okay, do you want to roll for its damage?
Yeah. Sure.
And it will it gets to make a stamina check to see if it can reduce the damage.
Okay. That's alright. 8 damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna check to see if it can resist. No, it can't. I'm guessing 8 doesn't beat your spell power.
Yeah, my spell power is 13.
Okay, so it takes just 8 penetrating damage, so it doesn't even get its armor.
Just straight through its bones.
Yeah, so it just like gets electrified and maybe its fur stands on end. It's just
Singed.
sort of stood there like, what's his name? Wile E. Coyote after something terrible's happened, just like fur standing on end. But he's not too badly damaged. Okay, but that's good. Then it's Perrin Gilchrist's turn. He sees that the plan has gone somewhat wrong, and I'm going to say his turn is going to be suspended until White Wolf can give him an order. He basically just like looks to White Wolf like, what the hell? This wasn't part of the plan. But on White Wolf's turn he can give him an instruction. So then we'll go to Twig. Twig, Twig, Twig.
Hello. Right. Tickle.
Yarp.
Are we still going with our secretive plan? I'm assuming not at this point.
No.
Right, so I think what this would count as, because you can only get one minor and one major, don't you?
Yeah.
I need a minor to set up, but I also think I need to move into position. So
In terms of, are you trying to use your pyrophone shooting?
yeah,
You can shoot through friendly characters, because you can kind of assume you might say duck or get out the way or something.
$16 units. It's got a range of 12 or 24.
Okay, that's fine. It just means you'll be -1. You'll be at long range, so it'll be -1 to hit. But
Okay.
you can still do it. It's in range of the weapon.
Right, so for my minor action then, I will deploy the pyrophone.
Okay, do you want to just describe what deploying the pyrophone is like?
Right, so Dexys has a sort of cylindrical body with the 4 legs. And to deploy, the top half opens out to reveal long pipes, maybe about 12 pipes or so. And a keyboard sort of pops up in front. There's also quite a lot of heat being given off of it, as there's a small fire that's to ignite the gasoline. So that is what happens when the pyrophone is deployed.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. Thank you. So you ready the pyrophone to fire, and presumably Gilchrist maybe gets out of the way, or ducks, so Dexys can fire over it. Who are you shooting at?
I'm gonna aim at the Blackpaw Brave.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's a roll to hit. I think we said this uses your performance rather
communication.
than your accuracy, because you're essentially playing like a lunatic on a keyboard that fires stuff.
So it's communication. Do I get a bonus for having performance as well, or not?
Yes. So it's 3d6 plus whatever your performance is. So like your communication plus your performance focus.
I reckon that might have hit.
Hang on, sorry, I didn't see you rolled. Oh, holy crap, Tolly. Yes, you've hit the brave and you've stunted for 5 stun points.
That 5 corresponds as
Yep.
a penetrating hit. It's resonance.
Resonance is that the pierce armor? Or
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
It's the 4 to 5 one.
So I don't think I actually wrote this down, but essentially I figured because we use the stunt die to determine what the gun does, but I figure if you actually have a legitimate stunt, like you rolled a double, it's your choice whether you want to use the Pyrophone's ability or if you want to just take the stunt ability, like if you want to use a stunt instead. So it's your call. You can either use the pierce armor that comes with the Pyrophone, or you can use another stunt up to 5 points.
Can I go set up?
Yeah, sure.
I'll do set up and I'll do mighty blow. So
Okay.
that's 2, 3. Counts
So-
for 5.
For setup, you're creating an opening an ally can exploit. You need to pick an ally to help. Who are you setting up?
Does it have to be against this? I suppose it's against the one I'm actually attacking, isn't it? That makes the most sense.
Technically, setup says just on their next turn, the ally receives a bonus. I think unless there's a particularly obvious reason, it makes sense that you're helping against that target.
Okay. I will set up White Wolf.
Okay, so White Wolf will get
For
a
a plus
+2 bonus on an ability test against the Brave. I'm going to say it can be against the Brave or against the Bandit because they're both quite near to each other and they both might be affected by a crap ton of
Fire.
Can I just go to work? I don't have any weapons on me.
Oh shit.
It would be better to use Garrick, seeing as he's ranged and can move. Also, I can't get that far.
I forgot you had no weapons. I will set
What,
up.
your arm.
No, but I can't get there in my
Oh, okay.
movement.
Garrett's got miles to go though. I'll set up Krosek then instead.
Okay, so Krosek gets a +2 bonus when it comes around to
I've
Krosek's
got
turn.
a rifle though.
I don't mind who you choose, but just choose somebody.
You know, I'll pick Krosek.
Okay. So Krosek has an advantage against either the Brave or the Bandit when their turn comes around. And also, I think we get to the more important business of rolling for damage after that really
Right, so it's-
impressive hit.
2d6 plus 6 because of the mighty blow.
Yes. Freaking hell. Okay, so this Brave is getting pounded by several gasoline-powered explosions that shoot out of this organ that you're playing. Which pound it and explode around it and set it on fire, and it sort of just staggers back under this like barrage of burning explosions and howls in pain. It's not quite dead, but it is essentially just like screaming for its life. So,
Yeah.
well done, Tolly. You not only hit something, but you hit it quite impressively.
It did really hard.
Garrick, what would you like to do?
On taking aim at the flag for bandit and fire.
Okay, so the aim gives you your bonus. So do you want to roll to hit?
2. No good.
Holy shit.
What is with everyone's
And-
rolling today?
I use my fire rune on this one. Let's see what this new rune is made of.
Okay, so when the bullet comes flying out of your rifle, it kind of like just catches on fire. So rather than just firing a shot, you see this trail of fire that shoots from your barrel right into the target. You were shooting the bandit, weren't you? Or was it the brave?
Yeah, bandit.
Okay, so the bandit gets hit by this shot and explodes into flame. Like its fur just catches alight as soon as it like staggers back from the shot. Roll for damage, and I believe you get an extra d6 damage for the fire rune.
Yeah, and also if he has 3 or less agility.
Oh, his agility is. Do you mean dexterity?
Dexterity, yeah.
Yeah, his dexterity is 3, so I'm afraid you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 or less, and so I get because I got 4 myself.
Okay, so do you want to roll a buttload of damage, which I think you're about to do?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. Wow. Okay. He takes that.
I'll hit him straight in the chest.
Yeah, like, yeah. You shoot him through the chest. He staggers
Center of
back and
mass.
then bursts into flame, just like for an encore.
Jesus Christ.
That was that.
So I'll just mark him as being on fire. Like, I was happy to make all these rules, but I'm suddenly feeling like my NPCs are getting hard done by. That's not really a fire symbol, that's disappointing.
I don't think anyone expected that my pyrophone was going to be as devastating as it was.
That was actually pretty epic.
You did roll a 5 or 6 and then 6 bonus damage. Was it? Yeah.
It was the extra. It wouldn't have done as much if it hadn't been with the second dice.
Okay, so that guy's on fire. I've marked him with a symbol. We'll skip to White Wolf, who has no weapons except his fist.
I tell Gilchrist to stay out of the way. We'll do all the fighting. And I also tell him, don't run away. We will get you. You hear me?
Sorry, I was just typing you something. So sorry, what do you tell to Gilchrist?
Basically, I tell him to basically stay out of the way and don't run away, or we'll get him.
Okay, he sort of suitably cowers from you. He's still not in great shape, but doesn't look like he could run away even if he wanted to.
I move. Move to there, and I take a. I defend.
Okay, sure. So you get like a bonus against future stuff.
Yeah, I get +2 to my defences.
Yeah, no, that seems a reasonable thing to do since you're out in the open.
Ooh, I also shout to Kavod, try and throw me my sword if you can. Or just throw my sword down here so I can get it.
Okay, you bellow that out to Cavor, and I'm guessing, given the kind of hilly nature of the terrain, that bounces off several of the rock faces. And then Gilchrist gets his turn, but he more or less does what you told him, so he just kind of like moves to the side of Dexys, because he was probably a bit scared of all those burning shots that were fired, and he just stays there, cowering,
Yay!
like a coward.
A running theme in the Gilchrist brothers.
Amen.
So then the Gnolls finally get a turn after all these terrible,
getting
mean
wrecked.
things, yeah, that have happened to them.
Do they take damage from being on fire?
The Blackpool Bandit does indeed. He gets to make a check to try and try and put the flames out by like rolling around in the dirt. So I'll just make a quick test for the bandit. He needs to make a 13. Which he does. He stunts at putting out fire because he's amazing.
Just brushes it off. with his
Really good at
hands.
rolling around in dirt.
Yeah, like it's a run and a like he just rolls and then like rolls back onto his feet. They are both retreating, I will say.
Oh,
I know it's terrible and mean, but they did just get really messed up, so you can't blame them too much, right?
No.
Yeah.
So they
course not.
leg it, making yelping noises. The Blackpaw Mystic moves up to cover their retreat and shoots funnily enough, a firebolt, a flame blast at White Wolf. So he just kind of like summons a fireball and throws it, whilst making some yapping, barking noises that don't sound particularly flattering. So he needs to roll a 12.
yeah.
Yeah, so he successfully casts that. He throws the fireball at you. And you take some damage. So let me just roll that. Oh, actually, it's Flame Blast. Sorry, you get to make a Dexterity Acrobatics check
What do I need to beat?
against its spell power, which will be. Hang on. What's its willpower? Its willpower is 1, so you need to beat 11. Okay, so you beat it. So
Do
you
I
already
get anything
take.
for stunting?
Probably not. Just flare points for doing a really good dodge. So you only take 1d6 plus 1 damage. You take 4 damage, and it's not penetrating, so your armor will protect you.
I have 4 armor.
Okay, so you essentially dodge out the way. Maybe a few of the flames catch you, but like it's just deflected by your armor. And
I'd like to imagine that he just catches it in his like fist, because he's got this flaming hand, doesn't he?
his arm is equipped with a fire rune, so you know it's not completely inconceivable he would do that.
Sorry, I'm just.
No, it's a cool idea. Okay, so the Mystic maybe makes some sort of hissing growl noise that like completely failed. And then we're going to go to Sloven up on the hill. And he tries to fight off Kavod by like essentially improvising an attack, smashing him with the butt of his sniper rifle. I'm guessing that's going to hit, and he's also got a 3-point stun.
For once, I'm not getting stunted.
It's Canny's turn to get hit.
The
please.
momentous occasion.
Okay, he's gonna try and disarm Canny. So he's gonna try and knock the weapon out of his hand. So I'm just gonna roll for damage quickly. What you got about claw attack? Oh no, slow. So you take 5 damage minus your armor, so barely any at all.
1 damage.
But for the disarm, the two of you basically make a... Oh, you make an opposed attack roll. So basically, it makes an attack roll, you make an attack roll, the higher one wins in terms of the disarming.
Okay.
So it's rolled a 14.
No.
Okay, it knocks the, I think it was an axe you were using. It knocks the
Battle
axe
axe,
out
yeah.
of your hand, and it goes 1d6 plus its strength away.
Oh.
So your weapon goes flying down, bouncing down the mountain, and it ends up in this square. I'm just going to draw a... hang on, I haven't done that very well. Your weapon is in that square. He sent it flying down the mountain. And he spits in your face and calls you a traitor to your people.
Sucks to be you, Kenny.
Not really. He's got a great sword as well. A big two-handed sword as
Oh
well.
yeah, of course.
I've got a 2-handed axe as well.
Fine, it doesn't suck to be you as much as maybe you thought. Okay, and now this is the bit where, from the top of the hill, another figure appears. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my gosh, who could it be?
It's more or less the other guy you were looking for.
He looks familiar.
I can only make so many tokens. But yeah, essentially a human cowboy figure appears up on the hill. And and basically walks to the edge, clearly wielding a pistol. And he yells out that you should turn around now or face the consequences. And he fires a shot at White Wolf. Which I'm guessing that hits, and he's stunted. Everyone's stunting. He's going to do a lightning attack to just fire twice at White Wolf. So I'll just roll for the second attack to hit. What's your defense?
He still got stunted.
You did get stunted.
My defense is 10, but I've got. Does my defensive bonus still apply?
Oh, you did have defense, didn't you? No, you specifically said defense. So yeah, you've got. Yeah, okay. So the second shot doesn't hit you. That's a good point. I just forgot to do a marker for it. Okay, so only the first shot hits you. He's shooting you with something very similar to a peacemaker. You take 9 damage minus armor. And then we'll go back to Kavod.
What kind of action would it be to throw the sword down to Tickle?
I guess it's throwing, like you're throwing the sword to him. Let's have a quick look. Definitely some sort of strength.
Would I be able to throw it and attack in the same turn?
I'm gonna say, I mean, you just mean like throwing from where you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, throwing it can be a minor. I'm gonna make, have you make a strength might check to throw it the requisite distance, otherwise it will fall somewhere between you and White Wolf.
Okay.
And we'll call it a challenging test, because I think it's quite a long way to throw it. But yeah, that'll do. Okay, so you throw the sword over the hill edge, and it flies through the air. And I'll ask Tickle to make a dexterity check to catch it. Okay, you don't catch it. It just like slams into the ground beside you. So you'll need an action to ready it next turn. But yeah, Kavod has a major action that you can use to attack or do whatever you like with.
I'm going to use quick reflexes again to ready up my two-handed axe.
Okay. Oh yeah,
And
you have
then-
quick reflexes. Yep. Okay.
And then I'm going to hit him.
Okay, go for it. You hit. Do you want to roll for damage?
Holy shit.
Bloody hell, man.
And I'm just going to yell at him. just a roar. I'm not happy with him.
Okay, so you're like, you basically, I think you've run him through with that sword to do that kind of damage. Like you've cut him open and he's bleeding on the rocks.
Can I shout up to Canny, like, don't kill him?
Maybe he's just lost an arm.
Yeah,
Don't
people
put him
bleed
in
out
generic.
from arms.
It's okay.
You could do what Merle does in The Walking Dead and just, like, cauterize it with an iron.
But I'm sure you'll be able to patch them together.
Yeah, is it okay if I shout up to Canny to
Yeah, no, you
not
can
kill
totally.
him?
It's like a free action. You're certainly welcome to do that. It's also your turn now, so you can kind of do what you want. You have a setup bonus against the Blackpool Brave and the Blackpool Bandit, which in this sort of
okay.
case is like kind of represented by the fact that they've been driven back and are running away.
What does that mean? Is that just +2 to hit? Or
That is
+2 to any check, I think.
any attack? Does that include damage, or is that
I
just
think it means
making
to attack. So yeah,
Right,
it's
okay.
essentially to hit.
+2 to the ability bonus of their choice.
Yeah,
Plus
but
2 bonus
like
to the
an
ability
attack
test
is an
ability.
ability check. Damage is just a damage roll. So I mean, you could do something else. You could do some sort of, I don't know, some test to do something to them that wasn't an attack if you wanted.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt at Spikes.
You love this new spell, don't
This
you?
is amazing. Yeah.
Okay, Spikes is on higher ground and has some cover. Oh, it doesn't really matter for a
okay.
spell though, to be honest, does it? Like the lightning bolt hits or it doesn't. So yeah, go for it. Roll a 15 or higher.
That's 15.
Okay, so the lightning bolt kind of like, he's got cover, but like I imagine you shoot lightning in the air and it probably grounds onto him.
Yeah. I arcs up and then just slams down on top of him.
You've also technically got one stump point.
Ooh. Let's see what I get.
You've really only got one choice for with one stump point,
Oh, okay.
and I'm not sure it's actually relevant. Does spell power apply? to
Spell
lightning
power
bolt?
doesn't affect. Oh, he has to make a check again. No, hold on.
Is this one of the ones where he makes a check?
Do you not mean powerful casting? It's the only one you can do.
That's what we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, okay.
Oh yeah, it does technically make his test to reduce the damage slightly harder.
I've got 7. Yeah, I'll spend 10 mana and make it +3 spell power difficulty. So my spell power is essentially 16 for this. If he makes his check.
So what did you mean by the spending mana?
Oh, I can spend 3 mana, and I can spend up to 3 mana, and it makes the check up to 3 points harder for him to avoid the damage
Oh, what's that from?
from the splint. Oh, sorry. No, I thought it was spending mana. Okay, I'll make it.
No, it's literally
Okay.
just you have the
Right.
stunt point.
Oh, okay.
You get 1 more spell power for the difficulty he has to take. So what's
Okay,
your
I'll just-
spell power normally?
13, so I guess
So
it'd
it's
be
14.
14.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll roll my damage now. Yeah.
Well, I would say he sort of needs to make the test.
Oh yeah.
He's got Constitution 4 because he's a badass.
Oh god.
Okay, so you're just rolling 1d6, buddy. 1d6 plus willpower.
Okay. 4 damage.
It is penetrating at least.
Yeah.
So he takes a nasty zap. Twig, what would you like to do?
I would like to attack Spikes.
God, everyone's got it in for this guy. Yeah, sure, go for it.
So same deal.
If you want to use the pyrophone, you do need to reload it, but I'm guessing you're not moving, so that's fine.
Oh.
Who
Who
just left?
disappeared?
Maybe niche.
No, Niche has
Maybe.
been gone for a while.
He's in the other channel.
I'm not
This-
sure, all the players are here. Maybe someone was spying on
Yeah.
us. Hey,
Can I-
not to worry. Tolly has hit quite successfully, and you've generated number 5, which I think is the Resonance
Piercing.
Pierce Armor.
Yeah, resonance.
Which means essentially his armor is halved. So instead of his armor being 3, it's essentially down to 1. Do you want to go ahead and roll damage? Okay, so he gets pelted with fire as well.
Not having a good time, is he?
He's not. It's like people are throwing lightning and fire and stuff at him. Like he just wants to live a life as a villainous
Scoundrel.
cowboy. Is it so much to ask?
Yes.
Garrick, Rifleman, what would you like to do?
Reload my rifle and shoot at spice.
Okay, there's a theme emerging here. I think that's going to be long range for you, but you're aiming, so it more or less.
It's short range.
Oh, you've got the repeater, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah, so you are. Okay, go for it. Sure. So you get +1 to hit from your aim in that case.
I'm not aiming. I'm reloading with my minor action.
Oh, sure. Okay, so just a regular roll. He's on high ground, which means if I just consult my thing. So you're essentially -1 to what you'd normally need to hit.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, I'm afraid that bullet's gonna like just rebound off the cliffside edge and not hit anybody.
And
Sorry about that. White Wolf, what would you like to do?
Is picking up my sword a minor action or a major action?
Minor. It's essentially readying the weapon.
I'm gonna get my weapon and I'm gonna run up. Can that be climbed? Where spikes
Yeah,
is?
it can be climbed. It's like it's steep, but it's not like insurmountable.
Could I move?
I'll say it's the same thing as what happened with Canny, in that like if you succeed in a strength climbing test, you can move up the slope as part of your normal movement. Otherwise, you'll probably get stopped at the bottom, or you'll have to use like double movement to get up.
Could I move to that point with? If I made the climb, could I stand there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you've got speed of.
8, yeah, that's my
Eight, so
that's my
yeah.
maximum range. I was just wondering if I could stand on that terrain.
Yes, you can totally stand on it. That's fine.
Right, so I'm going to pick up my weapon and move there.
Okay, make a climbing check, please.
Oh,
The same as
strength.
Canny, it's challenging. So yeah, strength climbing. Yeah, okay, you go charging up that hillside.
And I say hello to him because I can't attack. Or can I?
No, because you've used 2 minor actions. You've done a move and picking up your weapon.
I go, hello, I'm the person you shot at.
He gives you an evil grin, but doesn't do anything because it's not his turn. It's Gilchrist's turn. Gilchrist's turn is essentially pointless at this point, so I'm just going to skip to the Gnolls.
Cowering intensifies.
There is a lot of cowering. The Blackpool Mystic moves behind this rock. And you see a like just sort of a burst of flame from behind the rock. But that's all any of you can see from your position. The Brave is basically running for cover. So he moves up behind this rock to hide. The Bandit sort of takes a defensive position behind this rock, and the Bandit has a rifle. But to be honest, no one's really in any kind of a range. It just takes up position by this rock with a rifle at the ready. Which is all a bit unexciting, but it's kind of what they do. If we go to Slevin, Slevin has had enough of being brutalized by Cavod and is going to try and dodge and weave to get away. So I'm gonna say he's gonna make a dexterity acrobatics check, and Canny can try and counter it with possibly the same. Trying to think what we'd use to catch him. I think, yeah, Canny can do a dexterity acrobatics as well. Okay, so Slevin does some kind of like ninja type kicking, flipping, getting out the way as best he can with like, you know, a big sword wound through him. And he runs down the slope. I'm just going to check how far he can move. Actually, I'm going to say he can only move at half speed because he is quite nastily injured. So he can go up to there. Slevin goes running down the slope and gets about this far. Spikes pulls out a knife and takes a swing at White Wolf. Oh my god! But I'm guessing your defense is better than 10.
My defense is 10.
I can never.
No,
I can never
actually-
remember.
No,
if
because
it's-
I have a shield on as well. Because I've still got my shield. I never took my shield off. So technically, I've got. Oh, whatever.
Is shield defense or armor?
The shield is
defense.
armor. Yeah.
Shield is defense and armor is armor.
It's defense and armor.
No, it's just defense.
He keeps leaving.
That was me that time, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. So the shield protects you. The knife bounce off. That's disappointing. If you're me.
Can I smile back at him?
Yeah,
With a
you
grin.
can. Now he just glares at you with like a death stare. But he, for his other action, he'll stand firm. So, skirmish or not prone stunts against him are less likely to succeed, basically. So, like, takes a swing at you with a knife and, like, but, like, puts himself in a good fighting stance, like, in terms of his, like, leg positioning on the ground. Maybe he like, spits on the ground and says, "You're gonna regret, like, coming out here." Cavod. Up on the rock hill thing. What would you like to do?
I want to charge Sliv.
Okay, so well, I'm guessing just by the measuring there that you're in ranged.
Yeah.
Is it me that's disconnecting?
No, it looked like it was me.
I don't know. Oh, is it
Oh,
the server
maybe it's-
then?
Yeah, I actually think it might be the server.
Yeah, just playing the server.
Yeah, charge is half your speed rounding down. And it's 4 units to get to there.
Okay, so you get to as charge you get to move and make an attack. And you get a +1 bonus on that attack. I say, to be honest, he's running away, so you probably get an extra +1 as well. So do your normal attack roll, but +2.
Okay. And a stun. For 6.
Holy crap! Okay, so you
Huge
charge, you hit him. You're probably going to kill him, and you do 6 stunt points. What would you
Kill
like
him,
to
Cunning.
do with your stunts?
I don't want to actually kill him, but I am
Oh,
going
that's
to do
true,
lethal blow. Just so that I can see large numbers and make sure.
Not quite so lethal blow.
Lethal knocking out, or not lethal. knocking
Lethal
out.
apprehend.
Okay. Do
Lethal
you want to roll a
Make-
large amount of dice then?
I've just seen how many it is.
Is it quite a few?
Yes.
Okay, he is very, 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 very badly knocked out.
Head oozing, heart bruising.
Just slam his head against the rock.
I'm guessing maybe you use the hilt of your sword rather than the pointy end.
It's 200 axe.
Oh, sorry, you're on your axe now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe the handle of the axe.
Or if you hit him with the flat of the axe,
Well, you just bonked him on the head.
like a paddle.
Oh, Canny's good at sailing, so
That's true. Technically, you still got a minor action because charge is your major.
Can I move as a minor?
think so. I'm just checking charge doesn't have a condition. Yeah, as far as
Yeah,
I
move
know,
someone.
you actually can charge and then move.
Wow. I'm going to.
I think that's the point, because charge you can only do within a certain range, so it's sort of like, yeah, you can do that if you need.
I'm going to move there.
And get your sword. Or
And then
you will be
quick
able to get your
reflexes
sword.
again. Which lets
Oh
me
my
ready
god,
up.
you and your quick reflexes. Canny is just
So I'll
too
put the
quick
two-handed
for me.
away and get out that.
Fine, you pick up your sword
I picked it because I thought
with a
it'd be useful at the
twirly
start
flourish.
of a fight, but I didn't realise it'd be this useful.
It's apparently the most useful thing ever that allows
Well, I
you
looked
to...
at Reddit, and it's you can pull out something, but you can also put away something in the same action.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. Good use of game mechanics. Okay, Krisik.
Okie doke. Okay. I'm gonna move up next to this mystic, and then. Okay, I'm gonna cast Shock Blast. Is that bandit hiding behind the rock? I guess it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Does it too
It
much?
is, but it doesn't really matter for your spells.
Yeah,
That's sort
it's
of
like,
the beauty of spells.
doesn't bother me. Shock Blast. 6 yard by 6 yard AoE. And that should
Okay, I
affect
should
the mystic.
also point out, sorry, now that you've moved there, you do now become aware of something that you couldn't see before,
Oh god damn it.
which is the pile of dynamite hidden behind that rock
Oh no.
that the mystic set on fire. That's what it was doing in its last turn with the flaring. The fuse is quite long and the flame is still burning, so you've got a little time, but that is what you see when you move past the rock.
I do not want to attack with giant lightning anymore. I'd like to. My shit.
Just keep on running.
Yeah. No. And the rules for this bloody. I got.
Rules for what, sorry?
The necklace that lets me use Water Whip.
Oh yeah,
Can
sure.
I activate that as a free action? Water Whip, and then.
You can activate it, just casting the spell is the same action it would normally be.
Okay, so can I activate Water Whip and can I whip the dynamite to try and put it out?
Yeah, you can. I'm just
Water.
reminding myself at Water Whip. You create a long whip of water. Yeah, yeah, sure. Do you want to roll to
Yeah.
cast Water Whip, which needs an 11 and costs 4 mana points?
Um.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it doesn't cost you mana points because you're using the artifact.
Yes. Let me just find the thing. What was it? I needed to be 11.
11 to cast. Actually, wait. Hang on. What did I say for this? Do you even have to cast?
No, I don't even have to cast it. I just have to roll to it.
No, you've just got 2 charges, but it happens automatically. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
you don't have
and
to roll.
lasts. Okay, and the attack is. But if I'm trying to whip this thing, do I need to do a certain amount of damage to put it out, or?
You are essentially splashing it with a controlled body of water. I'm assuming you have a source of water, by the way, like a water skin or something.
Yeah, I
Like
have.
you-
I have bottles and jugs. I'm probably using it's probably less water and more like Saurian
Using that
concoction whip.
bloody tea. Yeah, sure. sorry.
Whole tea whip.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you definitely would have some source of liquid. So okay, sure. I guess just make a fairly simple. I don't know, like I guess just an accuracy like an accuracy check. Like I'm not going to make it difficult. It's an inanimate block of dynamite. Yeah,
Got 12.
okay, so you splash it with a water / Saurian tea whip that puts out the fuse. Which is actually pretty good as
Sigh.
a reaction and disappointing for me, so I'll just reset the timer on the dynamite.
Gone out now.
No, you splashed it with a controlled movement of T that puts out the fuse. And the Mystic, not me, you understand, the Mystic howls in fury.
I'd specify not me.
Definitely not the GM. It's the Mystic that howls in rage and fury. Okay, we'll switch to Twig. I will say we're getting close to 10, so we'll probably need to wrap this combat up fairly quickly, but we'll just go through what people have left to do. So, Twig's turn.
I'm going to continue pelting spikes.
You're just enjoying becoming an artillery turret, aren't you?
It doesn't really allow for a lot of movement,
True.
unfortunately, but that hasn't really come into play this combat, so it doesn't matter too much.
No. So it's -1 to hit because he's up on the Fang, but other than
Okay.
that, go for it.
That was a bad roll.
That was a bad roll. His defense isn't actually amazing though, so you're okay. You hit. Roll for damage.
That's a standard
Oh, and
hit.
you get 2. 2 is just standard with your pyrophone. Yeah.
Oh wow.
10 damage.
I have
Armor
just
still
actually quit
counts.
Frontier Age though for some reason.
What did you quit? Sorry.
I somehow shut Frontier Age even though I didn't press anything.
Oh, that's weird. We seem to be having lots of weird little glitches tonight. But yeah, you did manage to shoot a bunch of fireballs that hit spikes, probably burn some holes in his cool cowboy jacket that he's obviously wearing, and burn his flesh, which makes him unhappy. Garrick, what would you like to do?
Well, I'll just reload my rifle and shot at spikes again.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I'd rather kill him, or like try to shoot him at the leg or something.
Okay.
Or shoulder.
Same deal as before. You'll be -1 to hit 'cause he's on higher ground.
-1 hit.
But that still hits. Would you like to roll some damage, please?
I won't use the fire rune this time.
Okay,
Just
sure.
regular thingies.
Okey-doke. Oh, do you
well,
just know
it
his
does
agility or his dexterity?
Yeah.
His
dexterity.
dexterity is 2.
Okay, then that is the damage.
Okay.
I just assumed.
Yeah, I mean, you will against most things, to be fair, but it's worth checking.
Yeah.
Okay, he takes the bullet. It does quite a lot of damage. We'll go to White Wolf. What would you like to do?
You guys are no fun. I wanted to cut him in half. Anyway, I'm going to attack him with my two-handed sword.
Okay, sure. Swing with your sword.
That's fighting, I think.
That is
So-
fighting.
And I have a focus in heavy blades,
Yeah.
so that's a +2.
Yep.
So it's a 3d6 +5.
Yup.
Jeez, right.
Yeah, that'll hit. For sure. Brace for damage. Okay,
If it's lethal, I want to not be lethal.
well, funny you should say it reduces him to 0. You stab him, and it in some way not too important.
Can I cut off his leg?
Yeah, you can cut off his
Oh
leg
my
if you want.
god.
Oh, shut up, coming from you, Mr.
Yeah, so it's
fucking
you.
drama.
I think that's fairly lethal though, cutting off his leg.
If you let me finish, can I also ignite my arm to cauterize the wound?
So you're just gonna cripple him, and then...
Yes, but it will use a charge from your rune.
Yeah, that's fine. That
Do
one.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, you
God.
Oh,
you
brutal.
slice off Spike's leg and he falls to the ground, screaming in complete agony and shock. And then your mechanical arm bursts into flame, and you reach out towards the screaming, bleeding out man and burn his wound shut, leaving him with only
Fucking
one
hell.
leg.
And I say to him, next time, just surrender.
Damn, son.
Okay, as you say this, like, you maybe say it louder than you meant to, and it echoes throughout the valley, and the gnolls seem to hear it because at that point, partly because of time, partly because I thought that was pretty horrific, the rest of the gnolls like lay down their weapons and they surrender to you.
Fucking would after that.
It was so bad.
Oh, I don't want to kill him. Can I cut his leg off? What the fuck?
It just seems like every so often it's going on as normal, and they just suddenly turn dark.
I mean, I did
Like-
strangle something.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually at the end of combat.
Well, no, it's me. He pissed my character off. He basically thought he was better than me. So my character went, no, fuck you. You're never going to fight again. It could have been worse.
Use his leg.
No, it's,
Well,
He's
you
not
know,
going to
you might
win
get a
100 meters
mechanical-
anytime soon either, is he?
also,
You can
can
kill that mechanical, eh?
that's what I want is also throw it across. I can go, you like playing with limbs?
I'll just start examining it and be like, oh, what's this? The mystic with it.
Twig is fucking horrified just now. I'm just gonna shut Dexys down and weep. Weep at the horrors of war.
Okay, well, on that horrific note, like, it is after 10 and I have to go have dinner. I know a couple of people need to get off to do stuff. So you have successfully captured, I guess is the word, Slevin and Spikes. So
Me.
that's all of the Reinhold's agents successfully captured, and you've also got some Blackpool bandits who seem to have given in because, like, it just wasn't working out for them at all.
You say captured.
So yeah,
don't know if
we'll leave it at that for tonight. I will say I'm sorry if that combat wasn't the most exciting, but I did just have to fudge it a bit because somebody blew up a wagon and like made me change my plans at the last minute.
Oh, yes.
Well, it was fun at least.
It felt good. Yeah, it felt like we all did stuff there.
Yeah, everyone got to hurt
Tolly
somebody.
was pretty OP. This is like mortar Dexus. Holy shit.
But yeah, I'm gonna run off and have dinner. Thanks very much. If
Thanks,
there's any
Woody.
character-related
Cheers.
stuff, I will PM you. Otherwise, I'll just see you generally around, and we'll meet up again next
Yeah.
week.
Yep.
Right then.
Okay.
Basically, I just cut off his leg because I wanted to use my arm at least once.
Oh well, as long as there was a good reason.
Tickle, you could have just grabbed him with a flaming arm if you wanted to hurt him.
Okay,
No,
night
I
folks.
wanted, no, I wanted to do real damage to him.